I think, in my opinion, Borderlands 3 is the game of the year. Maybe years. Maybe like two. 2 years, maybe. At most, to be really, really such a good game. I completed Borderlands 3, and by the time I'm done with all of them, this is when the video is going to be posted up. So, my first playthrough and everything, I live streamed on Switch. I didn't send out a couple of community updates, like, guys, I'm live streaming now. I thought I did because I was on my phone a lot, like looking at my phone, like when I was on chat. I'm like, okay, like, if people come and join, say hi, just be friendly. But my first playthrough was incredible. I have to give it to Gearbox and 2K for their wonderful design and all the little things that they put in. Like, every single little things that they put into making this game was incredible. The guns are amazing. I love the alternative fire mode. I love the alternative elemental mode, and the same thing with the explosive. It could be sticky or it could be on impact. I love how we can finally have skins, like gold rainbow skins, and have a little trinket, like the little thing that's hanging on your gun. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a little gold chain that you could put on your car keys. It's like that, but with your guns. I love how you can like customize your characters with his face and skins. I love how the echo, that thing that you use to look at your skill trees and everything, has its own skin as well. And I love how they put in the echo device things. When you pick up an echo, your character picks up the echo, like it goes to their hand and put in their, the little echo device, the version 4 or version 3 of the Echo Net. It's really incredible. I love the new movement. I love how finally we can slide in Borderlands 3. Huge innovation there. And I love how we can finally sort of parkour, when you double jump across something and your character could finally move up to it. I love that. Like, finally they they did that. And now we're gonna get into the story. Sorry, I had to like pause there to do something, but yes. The story, incredible. Incredible. And I watched a video like a couple of weeks ago how Gearbox was gonna bring Handsome Jack for the fourth time, I believe. And they decided to win with something that I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Borderlands 3 closed the story, and now it's opening sort of a new one in terms of the first Vault Hunter, Talon de Leon, and the Pandora being the actual Great Vault. The Great Vault is the Pandora. It's a planet-sized vault. That's what it is. And it took a lot for putting the destroyer inside the vault in the first place. You get to hear so much about it. In the beginning, when you got off the bus, like you being greeted with Cloudtrap, and Lilith is recruiting you to fight against the resistance, against Troy and Tyreen Calypsos, and they're known as the Calypso twins. We're gonna get into those characters and like a little bit more in depth later, but now, like, you work up, your way until you help Lilith get into this ship, and there's a little cutscene plays with Troy and Tyreen when they fight Lilith, and it's amazing how they put in background stories for both of these two twins. Troy is a siren, and in the Borderlands universe, only females can be sirens, and that's what's like the crazy part. How is this even possible for a male to be a siren? Turns out he is a parasite. He is like, when they were born, Troy was connected with Tyreen. So basically when two babies are like together at birth, like when they share like something, like maybe the arms were connected or something, but their father had to cut them off. And yeah, then we get to see Tyrene using her powers to her siren ability is to like to take all forms of power, like life inside of them, and just leave nothing. It's really surprising. And then throughout this whole journey, Lilith has to do without using her, siren abilities. And then the Calypsos were, fighting the Great Vault, which is Pandora. Like, they know all of that in general. It's really amazing. It's just, wow, the plot twist and everything is just so mind-blowing. And here's the thing I didn't mention before. I didn't mention that we finally get like alternative vehicles. I don't know what I'm doing with my phone. I love that too. We get to have like 3 different types of vehicles. It's really, 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 really good. Like, just like the little things, man, just makes it so great for this game. Like, I just love it. And what else? You get to have your own room inside of Sanctuary 3. Sanctuary 3, which is basically like a Flug spaceship. It's basically the Millennial Falcon from Star Wars, something like that in general. But yeah, I love how we took Gearbox and 2K or whoever, like, I know it's both of them, that they decided to the idea of like how having this sanctuary go to different places, like Eden 6. Forgot the other 2 places. I forgot the other 2. I'm constantly playing this game. I actually don't know. Like, travel other planets. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I love that you can travel to other planets. I love in the story, like, we get to open 2 vaults and then we fight other monsters. I love that we get to fight more than one vault monster, and that's great. I don't like it being just like one vault monster. I feel like they should be like a little bit more boss fights consistently, sort of. Like, maybe if like not too many, but like not too small at the same time. I feel like just to keep the game, a little bit fresh in its own way. The pacing is really ridiculous because I found out one guy took 30 hours to complete it, and like for me, I felt like I may completed it under like less than 30 hours, because for me, I beat it in 2 days, mainly because when I played it on Friday, I only had like an hour out, like maybe like 5 hours to play, and then Saturday I had groceries to do, and then Sunday, which when I finally beat it, I think I was doing something as well on that day as well, but I forgot. Yeah, back on track to that. The pacing, I feel like it's good to be very long before people beat it. Feel like having this like extended length of time is good, because it's good for me and for other people to keep playing and just like trying to beat it. It will get closer to beat it, and at the end, how do I shorten this story? Because basically, Lilith recruits the new Vault Hunters. Lilith gets her powers taken from Tyrene Calypso. Lilith gets the Vault Hunter to open up the two vaults. But the Calypso twins has help from Malawan that they were working for, and the Jacobs munitions as well, that Aurelia, Hammerlock's sister, turns against them to, they sold out. Aurelia like betrayed the Jacobs and just like not join the children of the Vault, but to like have a partnership sort of in their own way. Basically, I don't know how to extend this like story anymore. Like, I don't want to make it too long. It's just, you fight 2 vault monsters, and you get to see some of the old Borderlands characters, which is amazing. Hopefully in the DLC we get to meet the rest of them. And throughout the story, you get to meet Maya from Borderlands 2, who's a siren. Zero, Borderlands 2, he's an assassin. The B team, which is Mordecai, Brick, and then Tina from Borderlands 2. And I think that's about it. If for characters, well, also Reese from Tales from the Borderlands as well, and all those characters you get to see like one by one. You can see how much they change. Like it's good. Well, it's good for characters to change not completely, just like grow, like how they get older and they start changing a little bit about themselves. So they still act the same, but they look different. I love that. And Vaughn too from Tales of the Borderlands as well. You get to see him with his underwear and his cape, just running around. Such a ridiculous thing. And there's like really surprises. For one, Maya dies because when she helps the Vault Hunter to go to the second, no, not the second, the first Vault Monster. Oh yeah, by the way, Maya's apprentice, the little girl that we saw from the trailers before, that is her apprentice, and she was planning to give her siren powers to her, but she helps the Vault Hunter first to fight the first Vault monster that I beaten. But we get to see that Troy, he manages to take any siren powers when he kills Maya, because Maya has him in a chokehold because of Tyrene taking what is it, Ava's Maya's apprentice. So they were like having it that and that until Troy touches her arm, her blue tattoo's arm, to absorb her powers. So Troy took Maya's ability to phase lock, like, you know, people in a ball. And then Tyrene took the power of the Vault Monster that, you know, the Vault Hunter defeated, and they were gonna do it again in the second vault that the Jacob Musician Wainwright, who runs the Jacob Musician manufacturer musicians or whatever, helps the Vault Hunter, gets the key fragments to open the vault. So that's what it is. It takes three fragments of the vault key to connect it together and to charge it with iridium to open the vault monster. And we get to see a little bit later when Tannis, when she starts talking in your head, she's a siren as well. And that's very surprising. When I found out, I'm like, yo, I'm pretty sure for everybody who made theories about Tannis being a siren all those years ago, maybe during like Borderlands 2 or 1, they were right. And I'm pretty sure I uploaded the video and I put spoilers. I don't even know why I even said it, spoilers, since I just spoiled that Tannis is a freaking siren. Just amazes me more. Just freaking 2K and Gearbox, just wow, surprising us even more. And she helps us with her siren abilities to help infiltrate the help the Vault Hunters to defeat the Calypso twins. Also the Jacobs and Atlas Corporation, which Reese owns, like in the first phase, sort of. How I said earlier that the Calypso twins they were partnering with Maliwan to help them take over Atlas, which Reese owns. The Vault Hunters help him out to defeat Maliwan. Maliwan's CEO, whatever, and then same thing with the Jacobs munition that Wainwright is the only member of his family to, you know, run his family's corporation, the Jacobs munition, and him and Hammerlock are dating. It's very cute. And then the B team, which is Tina, Brick, and Mordecai, was helping the Vault Hunter to break out Hammerlock. They did successfully. Vault Hunter kills Aurelia because she betrayed them and helped out the Calypso twins. And during those two, Reese helps the Vault Hunter with the first, getting all the 3 key fragments, opening up the first Vault monster, and then the Jacob Ryan Jacob, he helps the Vault Hunter find the 3 fragments to key fragments to open up the second Vault monster. And then now that Tannis helps us with her phase shift to control machines, and she also have wings, and she also says, "Call it from a guardian angel," and I believe from that quote is from Angel. I feel like here, this is like a theory. This is a theory. I feel like when Angel died, her power is transferred to Tannis. I know that sounds too far off or sketchy, but it could be it because of Angel having her wings, and so does Tannis. I feel like there's a connection right there. Maybe that either Tannis was born a siren or a siren died and their powers were transferred to Tannis, or it could be Angel that has her powers transferred to Tannis. And it was revealed maybe in the the third phase of the game after the second vault monster that you fought. Every corporation helps you. The Atlas Corporation, Jacobs Corporation, and then the Crimson Raiders on your side. They all help you out to the Children of the Vault's hideout, or not hideout, but just their sanctum or whatever. But but Troy manages to phase lock the moon, which is Elpis, and it's basically charging the Great Vault, which is Pandora, the giant size vault. And Tyrene, when I said earlier, she stole Lilith's powers. She can also teleport and summon people. That's what Lilith's powers are for. Excuse me. And then the Vault Hunter cuts off of Troy using Iridium, but he's leeching off his sister this time to charge the Great Vault from or to Elpis. I don't know about that, but we get into the boss fight, which is short. Troy is actually not that bad of a boss fight. He uses a cool sword and his red wings on his back. It looks dope, like when he doesn't have the jacket and he's just shirtless with the sword and the wings. That looks very, very cool. But the Vault Hunters defeated Troy, and Tyrene, she sort of passed out because Troy was leeching off of her to charge the vault, the Great Vault, which requires a good lots of immense of power from a siren. And then whatchamacallit, when Ava touches Troy's tattoos, Maya's power, that when she phase lock people, that power that was in from Troy transferred to Ava, and Ava has that power now. And then Tyrene wakes up, realizing now that Troy finished charging the key, and then Tyrene absorbs Troy, basically turning the ashes and having his power in her. And then finally destroying Lilith, Maya, or not Lilith, Lilith, Maya, Ava, and Tannis as well. And we got this cutscene, and there was this cliffhanger sort of, when it was to be continued in 4. I'm like, bro, there's no way they're gonna leave this game off with a cliffhanger. And it was coming backwards. 3, 2, 1. And so Ava saves Tannis and Lilith to, save their lives and everything. And there was this echo recorder that was dropped by, and it was from Tyrone DeLone, who is the first Vault Hunter. So basically, Tyrone DeLone is the first Vault Hunter, and there's multiple generations. So Tyrone DeLone, I think that's how you say his name, is the first Vault Hunter, and then the crew from Borderlands 1, Rick, Mordecai, Roland, and Lilith, they're the second generation of Vault Hunters. And then the pre-sequel, Athena, Wilhelm, Claptrap, and Nisha, Jack the Doppelganger, and then Aurelia, Hammerlock's sister, were the third generation of Vault Hunters. And then Borderlands 2, Axton, Salvador, Maya, Zero, Krieg, and then I forgot it, Gage. They're the fourth generation of Vault Hunters. And now Borderlands 3, Flak, Amara, Zane, and then Moose. They're the 5th generation of Vault Hunters, so it's really simple as there to put it. Then he calls out to the Vault Hunter to like help him because that Great Vault like is called the Destroyer, but not the Destroyer from Borderlands 1. The planet-size vault will literally consume stars. That's how powerful that monster is in. That is why the Viridians call it the Destroyer and not the tentacle monster that we beat in Borderlands 1. He asks the Vault Hunter Tyrone DeLone, the first Vault Hunter, to ask help from the first, or ask from the Vault Hunters now, the 5th generation, to help him close the gate, close all the gates to prevent the monster coming out of the vault, or the planet becoming the monster. I don't know what it could be. It could be something, but yeah. Long story short, when we get to this forbidden planet, because this forbidden planet is the planet that Tyrone DeLone was looking for to find this great vault of some sorts, but he met a wife, and here his wife had a same passion for fighting this planet and for the vault as well, to defeating that monster. They went there on their honeymoon. They slain the vault. They found the planet because they crashed into it, and they lived there in that planet. I forgot what's it called, and I am not gonna try to pronounce it. They lived there. They have kids, and those kids were Tyreen and Troy, the Calypso twins, and they were born as, sirens. And then they slain. Well, before they had kids, Tyrone DeLone and his wife, they slain the monster that was inside of the vault, and then they have kids, and then his wife died, and it was hard for Tyrone to take care of his 2 kids and to be a Vault Hunter at the same time. He wasn't that good of a parent for his kids, and he used to tell Troy and Tyreen about these stories of all his adventures of vaults and monsters and all that he used to accomplish and beaten, and his kids like wants to go anywhere, like they don't want to be in this planet that Tyrone DeLone put them in, because that causes them to be, powerful and evil, because they found a way to escape that planet that the first Vault Hunter was in, and to become, the Calypso twins, and to become gods, because Tyreen can absorb any life and any power of that life, and to become really, really powerful. And she absorbs the monster of the Great Vault. She'll become unstoppable. That's what her and her brother Troy wanted, and that's what Tyrone DeLone did not want it for them. They wanted them to keep them safe and to hide them from the world, to have them stay in the planet that he was in when his wife died, and slain the monster, or the vault monster that was in. But they managed to escape and came to Pandora. Grew, I think. I mean, they grown up and then left to Pandora, and here they are as the Calypso twins. That's a bit of origin there. And then the first volunteer acts, the volunteer that we're currently playing, into helping him close this great vault for the other keys. The key on Pandora, Eden 6, Promethea. That was the one that Atlas was on. And then the vault that Tyrone DeLone and his wife slain. So they get those 4 keys. They managed to close off Pandora from releasing the great monster, like the great, or like it's just like a planet. It's a planet-sized vault, but it's just like the monster that's within the Earth. They close that off, and then Tyreen kills her dad. Rest in peace, Tyrone DeLone, the first Vault Hunter, and his dying last wishes is to never become the last Vault Hunter, and that's just like very, very touching. But Lilith, Ava, and then Tannis was there also to help you close off those 4 gates at the end. At the end is when you put the last key, the vault key in. you guard Tannis into using her power to close the Great Vault in general, and then Tyrene kills Tyrandilo and the rest to be my man, the first Great Volunteer, and then the portal opens to where Tyrene is, and then the boss fight commenced. It was basically Tyrene fusing herself into the Great Destroyer, or Destroyer of all worlds, from Borderlands, and when you beat her, she basically was turned to ashes, and then that power became her power, like the power that she took from Lilith was back into her, and then she's the siren again. But the moon, Elpis, was I think it was either going to open the vault or break, like I don't know what happened. I think it was either Elpis was gonna to like open the vault or something, or like Elpis was gonna be destroyed, something along those lines. Sorry, just now checked. Apparently the Great Vault is still opening, and Elpis, the moon, is tearing Pandora apart, and that's when at the end Lilith sacrifices herself to close it, and it's just wow. It was just amazing. She gave up her position to run Sanctuary 3 to Ava, the small little girl. She gave it all to her, and she did it without no fear. She used her wings and just fled straight towards Elpis and to close, and to not for Elpis to not tear itself apart. It's just amazing. And then she printed herself the Firehawk onto the moon, and for everybody to see, and it's just like very, very touching. She sacrificed herself for the greater good of humanity, and it's just wow. She could finally rest with Roland, because they used to date, but now they broke up because of Roland caring too much for people and protecting them. It's just wow. And I don't know how they would still continue it further even after that. Could be Ava growing up and leading towards the Crimson Raiders, and we have a new threat. Anything could happen. It's just wow. I'm proud of playing this series. This is one of the best series of all time, and regardless, like if it's being called trash or not, I stand to disagree. This is the best game right now. We finally got a third installment into the series, and I feel like when she sacrifices herself, it's like the end sort of that story, and then we have a new story to open up to. All the missions and everything not ties in, but all from the story and the lore kind of ties in all the way from Borderlands to now, and that it's finally like some of the questions that was been asked during the years of Borderlands from 1, 2, the pre-sequel, and Tales from the Borderlands has finally been answered. Some of them, but not all of them. And I can't wait for more DLCs and all the new stuff that Gearbox has to offer coming very soon when they add in more DLCs and everything. I'm so excited for that, and I'm really glad I played this game. Without it, I don't think I would play any other game or find myself playing a great game of a great series. And I don't think there's like another game that can top this off. I know it's gonna be like a best narrative story and all that. I put all my money into Borderlands 3, and guess what? It never disappointed me. I knew exactly what I'm gonna get. I am gonna get a great game that I am going to enjoy from its weapons, its progression, the looting, the shooting, the story. It's just all perfectly done so well. But I can't high five Claptrap. It's just a little joke I was saying one before. If Borderlands didn't add it, they didn't add it, but it's all whatever. To rate this, Borderlands 3 for me is a 10 out of 10 perfect game. Okay, man, I don't think again another game won't top this off. Only thing that will top off Borderlands is another Borderlands. Simple as that. I don't know if there's anything more that I missed out on, but if there's anything I missed out on this review, please let me know down in the comments below if I missed anything. But yeah, I discussed like the characters being good as they evolve, like they changed a little bit, all the little things with the trinkets, the skins. Oh, yeah, and I also forgot to mention about the currencies of money. Finally, you can upgrade your storage using cash, and Iridium you can use it for your emotes and on your room design and all that. I love how it's like a little bit switched up a bit. And finally, you can get Iridium, not that much constantly, but like it's like an average. You might get maybe like 100 or 200 if you have it in any spendity. But yeah, and I think that's all to it. Borderlands 3, 10 out of 10 game. And I don't think there's another game that will top this off besides another Borderlands installment. That's all I'm going to say. Hope you guys enjoy my 30-minute review. Holy crap, this took so long that I had anticipated. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what your thoughts, what your opinions on Borderlands. If it's a good game, bad game, I swear if you say that, I'm going to come to your house and throw a piece of cheese at your face. You better not say that or else I'm going to do it. Yeah, I just want to hear what you guys think about Borderlands 3, and that's all for today, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching me or hearing me talk about this great game. And yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a wonderful morning, night, and day, whatever the occasion is. My name is Sunny Goes 239, and yes, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.